everybody, and welcome back to episode 28 of Ethan's Realm. So, you may notice a little bit of difference here. I have updated my world to be in 1.19.2. You can see it up here, and that gives us access to a couple of just minor improvements in the game, but also, most importantly, it gives us preference to use Optifine. So I can use my zoomy zoom button again, which isn't super useful, but hopefully we'll actually be able to get into using some shader packs later on, or yeah, shader packs later on, and see what they look like. Because I've been wanting to try them out over at the build area, but since Optifine didn't work with the 1.19 carpet version, it was an odd issue that I was having. I couldn't get Optifine to work with anything in 1.19, but it works in 1.19.2, which is super great. So that should fix all of our problems. But I have a big plan for what we're going to do today, and so I really just want to get started and get into it. And it involves this copper down here. Oh, and also one thing I should say is that I went mining for a copper ore vein, and I found one, and this is all the copper I found. It's quite a bit, and I actually need to fortune it, so I'm gonna actually do that real quick. Honestly, not too bad of a haul. Almost 5 stacks of blocks, and with the blocks we had over here already, yeah, really close. So I'm gonna throw all this granite back in here, but that's pretty good. Alright, so I have a lot of materials for the build that we're going to be making today, but you can see I have just a few left, and they're all mud-based blocks, and we're going to need about roughly 5 stacks of mud blocks to, well, actually packed mud blocks to build the build that I'm planning. And I could go and harvest that many mud blocks from the mangrove forest that is just a couple hundred blocks that way. But I think it would be better for us to build a system to convert all of the dirt that we have, because we have a good sum of it. It's not a massive amount, but it's enough that I think it'll be worth it for us to build a system that'll convert it. So what that means is we're going to need a bunch of water bottles and some of that stuff. And so I think I'm just going to go and throw something together down in the big rock, and I'll show you what I have. Alright, so I have finally thrown something together. It's not as polished as I would like it. You can see, obviously, there's a bunch of redstone crap going on back here, but I'll do my best to explain it. So, whenever you stand on this pressure plate here, it turns it on by pushing this piston up, which allows this to move. I actually don't need this to be a target block anymore. I did at one point, but not anymore. And this redstone line also gets picked up by this observer, which powers the line once, which gives it the initial pulse to start the clock. And once the clock started, everything starts running. You get this dispenser up here, which puts dispenses a water bottle out into this area here, just because everything inside here is filled, so it has to put it somewhere, so it puts it up in here. The hopper in there picks it up and transports it down into this dispenser, which is where you place the dirt, and it all gets cycled around, and I have an item filter down here that's filtering out all of the glass bottles. And once all that's done, it all just gets recycled. So all you have to do to run it is stand right here, hold down both buttons at the same time. It's a little bit difficult to get in place, but once you do, You'll get just mud blocks, and it's pretty simple. Actually, this is not working right. There it is. Okay, so as you can see, there's obviously still some flaws that I have to address with it. Um, but I think for now it'll be good enough. I've already gotten about 4 stacks of mud, and we really don't need that much more. So, should be good enough for today. And this is where the build is going to go. I've gotten everything ready that I need to build it, and I really just need to clear out this area and go ham. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, I'm gonna be honest, it looked a whole lot larger in my build testing world, but I still think it looks really good. I wish I had put in some detail right over in here, because you're gonna be looking at it from this direction a whole lot more than I was thinking we would, because I had forgotten about just coming down this way, wanting this sight line to be good, so I'm probably gonna put in a window up in there. But other than that, I think it looks really good. So the color gradient that I went on with like your dark and the green all the way back to like your white in the andesite, I think looks really good. And then I really like how the tower looks. It's one of my favorites. I hope that you enjoyed the time lapse with the shaders. Hopefully it uh, was a little different and something enjoyable. I actually installed the shaders planning to like explore the world with them, but whenever I use them, I still only get about somewhere around 40 FPS, which while it doesn't bother me too much, it definitely decreases the video quality, which I'm not a fan of. But all in all, I love those shaders. They're the Astralex shaders. I should have a link for them down in the description. You should be able to find it there. But yeah, all in all, I'm super happy with this build. Obviously, I don't have the inside yet, and I think the inside is going to be what sets it apart from like a church, because it looks a little bit like a church now. It's not a whole lot like it, but I showed it to one of my friends, and he was like, "Yeah, that looks like a church," and I was like, "Well, it's not." So I'm gonna have to decorate the inside and figure out how I want it to be town hall-ish. But yeah, now we have ourselves a town hall here in the build area. I think it fits in really well with the build style that I'm gonna go for the town down here. It should be pretty simple, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see where it goes. I think that this might be one of my favorite parts of the resource pack that I have. This, it's a planet, I guess. It just looks awesome in the night sky. Looks super cool. I really wish Minecraft had some stuff like this, but sadly they don't. And sadly these shaders are not very good for recording, but I really wanted to show it to you. Um, I've been doing some thinking about what I'm going to do for the rest of the episode, and I've been looking through all of this, and we have a lot of stuff done, but there's some stuff that like I can't do right away, and a lot of things over at the build area I'm going to wait for 1.20 to come out. There's the bamboo planks and the new what's it called? The new library books or bookshelves. I want to use those in the Citadel, so I'm not going to decorate the Citadel until then. And so I'm kind of stuck at a point where I am a little bit unsure of what I'm supposed to be doing. And yeah, because I don't really have anything in here that I want to do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on planning out a little bit more of the pathways over at the build area. I took some time and I was down and deep in the mines mining a bunch of deep slate, and I ended up getting some more amethyst stuff specifically for the deep slate though. And as I was thinking, I was thinking that it would probably be best if we planned out some of the roadways so that we would know basically exactly what I needed to build while I'm going to be gone for the Christmas break, and we'd see. Because I think actually this video is going to come out towards the end of December, but I'm still recording it here at the beginning of December, so it's a little bit of an odd time system. But during the time that I'm going to be taking a break, I want to still be doing stuff on the world. I just won't be making any videos of it. And so I think the plan is for me to lay down some groundwork, and then I'm going to start working on the town, and I can start building some of the smaller buildings. But if we go over there, I will show you kind of what I'm thinking. So I've come over here and I've started placing a couple of blocks, but I did want to point out that I did finish the back of this landscaping here. It's nothing special. It just kind of fills in the holes, and oh goodness, speaking of filling in the holes, here's another one. But that should completely enclose off the back of this. So under here is a mob trap now, but it's completely closed off. So we can count that as done. But if we go over to here, you can see I've placed down some netherrack, and you'll be able to see kind of what I'm thinking. So the plan is to have the road snake down and around, down this way, back and around, and just kind of follow this weaving, winding pattern all the way down to here. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to cut it into the landscape a bit and also have a little bit of support on the far edge of the side, but I want to do it as best I can without any like massive terraforming, because I want to keep the roughly the same shape of the landscape that is here. So that's going to be a little bit challenging, but hopefully I will be able to keep the path somewhere around 5 to 3 blocks wide. I don't want it to be too big, but I definitely don't want it to be like just 2 blocks wide, because I want it to be basically a road. So yeah, that's the plan, and I'm gonna get started on building this, and I'll bring you back in when I have something to show. Once again, I just cannot help but play with the shaders a little bit. Look at my shadow. Look at it. It moves whenever I move. Oh my goodness. I just love these shaders. But I've done a little bit of work on the pathway here. You can see it's nothing too crazy, but it definitely looks like a well-worn pathway. You can kind of just walk down it, and I haven't gotten very far. I haven't even finished probably a quarter of it. It's not going super fast. It's not slow, but the placing all the blocks and I mean, it's just there's no easy way to make a varying texture in Minecraft without having to fill your entire inventory full of different blocks, and then your hotbars filled, and then if you want to break the stone block, you have to make sure you have your pickaxe, but if you want to break the shovel, you have to make sure you have your shovel, or the dirt, you have to make sure you have your shovel. It's just a mess. We really need an inventory update. Whenever I do freestyle building, I recognize how much of an issue it is. And also, what an issue is the outside. I haven't done anything with it, and I think the plan is to put spruce logs underneath the deep slate tiles or deep slate bricks. I forget what these are called, and just put it straight down. And we'll see how that looks. But I actually don't have any spruce in my wood box, so I need to run over to get it. And I wanted to put lanterns where these torches are, but I forgot my iron box over at the spawn area, and so I need to run back there to get it anyways. So we're gonna run back there and fire up the tree farm and see what we get. So I came over here and picked up my stuff, and then I came over to the farm, and I realized that a really long time ago, probably 2 months now, I had a creeper explode on me while I was using it, and it blew up right here and basically blew up everything in it. And so what I did is I took a short trip back in time. I visited one of my old saves of this world, and I made a schematic of it, and now we can just put it back in the world. It's a little bit, it's, I mean, it's fine, but I just was not expecting to use my old saves for that. But, yeah, I need to fix this, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Shouldn't take me too long. I have most everything that I need. I mean, I have my iron blocks and all that stuff, so it shouldn't be too bad. But, yeah, I just was not expecting to have to fix a tree farm today. Alright, the farm is mostly complete. I was having some issues getting the saplings to grow. You can see it says stage 0 there, and I was really confused about why it was doing that. And it took me forever, but then I noticed that I had a, what's it called, a fence gate right up here, and all I have to do is break that, and then this entire farm works again. Super nice that it's back in order. I I had actually been running out of logs. I hadn't realized it, but yeah, since I hadn't been over here farming anything, obviously I hadn't been gaining any new ones, and so it's an absolute mess. But now we get our logs and we can do whatever we need to with them. Oh goodness, there's phantoms. Well, I probably should stop the farm so that these phantoms don't break something, because they could run into the TNT up there. Phantoms are just the worst. Have I said that? I feel like I've said that before. But yeah, phantoms are the worst. But yeah, I'm gonna grab some more of these spruce logs, and then we can go back over to the build area where I'll show you kind of what I'm thinking with the spruce logs. And it looks pretty plain and simple, which I like. Just looks like a wall that's running around on the side. I think it looks pretty nice. I don't want anything too special, and I really like the slope of it all. I think it fits in well. It doesn't stand out and go, whoa, there's a road here, but I think it fits. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do here on the inside, as it still looks like a jumbled mess. But other than that, I think it's looking really, really good. I'm super excited for where this is going. But also, I am completely out of time. Fixing the tree farm took more time than I was expecting, and I really need to finish this video. So I'm gonna have to call it here, but thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed it. We've done a lot of different things this episode, but I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I will catch you in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.